The Scout is comfortable, but I don't care about the comfy. I do acro.
I've flown several paramotors, and it seems like most of them are about as comfortable as a lawn chair. Sure, it's great, comfortable for a little bit, but your tailbone starts hurting after a while.
Comfort is definitely very important, especially on long cross-country flights. But in fact, comfort starts on the ground. We have tried hard to make the Scout as light as possible. So we decided for the carbon fiber, which is very light. But the main trick behind the Scout is its geometry. We have placed the heavy parts closer to pilot's body and higher, so it actually feels even lighter than it is.
Paramotors are always kind of a trade-off in comfort. You know, it's this weird bony thing that sits on your back and, you know, vibrates, it makes noise, and it's kind of a hectic environment because you're dealing with all these, you know, weird idiosyncrasies that don't necessarily go with your anatomy. The Scout was designed with that in mind, and you know, the geometry of the hang system, the height of the hang points, the torque compensation, the angle that the seat is relative to the motor, it all just works, you know, and it puts you in this very tight posture that fosters better technique, period. Flying technique is very much affected by your posture when things go bad, you know, and the Scout just makes it right at home to have that tight posture, you know, elbows in, the risers are far enough away from you that you're not dealing with, you know, this hands back.
The Scout harness is super comfortable. The ergonomics of how your body is positioned in the harness isn't just comfortable, but it works for the geometry of the machine. I've flown up to about 2 hours in the seat on the Scout, and I have yet to experience body fatigue.
Before I started flying the Scout, I really wasn't into cross-country paramotoring because it was always almost like a torture test to see how long you can put up with it. You know, you go fly around for 2-3 hours covering a bunch of ground in this very uncomfortable machine that doesn't really handle turbulence all that well. Most paramotors, your level of recline angle in your seat is dictated by where your thrust line goes. So you might have a paramotor that's recommended to be 15 to 18 degrees back, you know. So now your thrust line is 15 to 18 degrees back, causing some weird torque issues and twisting. And with the Scout, what they've done, the seat is actually reclined relative to the motor. So your back is, you know, with the motor completely upright, you're still reclined more so than most paramotors. So free flight guys are right at home with this because, you know, usually a guy coming from free flight is used to being way reclined, and when he switches to paramotors, he's way up front, kind of looking down, head almost in front of the risers. And with the Scout, that recline angle is already built in with the thrust optimized. So I mean, it's really next level.
Really happy to have been flying the Scout because it's made me a better paramotor pilot. Just the level of comfort that it gives you in the air inspires confidence. When you're comfortable, it's easy to be confident and really have a sense of style and really concentrate on the important parts of flying and not be worried about your motor on your back all the time. You kind of really forget it's there. It's awesome.
It's almost zen-like for me. I mean, there's 6 bars, there's 6 hoop pieces that you have to put together, and the fit and finish on this thing is so perfect that you take time and you take care putting this thing together.